Service design differs from other design methodologies in two ways. One, it assumes everything to be a service, meaning we, as researchers, use the methodology we are looking to understand how users consume the service. How do they use it in their lives, and what sort of expectations and needs does it meet or not meet? The other differentiating factor about service design is that it is a mindset. While the research team can embody the methodology, going in with an open mind allows the researcher to see the service as the user sees it. We'll dive into these concepts a bit further now. Service design is a methodology and a process, but to really understand service design requires understanding of what I call the service design mindset. While there is no one set of standards or tools to use, there are elements of service design projects that they share. These elements are key concepts in working with service design. They speak to the context in which a service occurs and the key players involved that help create a service experience. They are also about being open-minded and demonstrating the sense of understanding of the user and the various steps she must perform to complete a task. These elements also speak to seeing the entire environment holistically and how integrated the various pieces that are required for a library to run smoothly, and reinforce the idea that collecting evidence is a sound method for demonstrating usage and user intent. When we have the evidence, we can visualize behavior to get at user insights. These elements are the foundation of service design and help get researchers in the service design mindset, and they help us get at and focus on the meaning behind the user experience, as well as the user's needs and expectations. Let's look at each mindset element a bit closer. Service exchanges are co-productions. When a provider and a user of a service interact to complete a task, they have co-produced an experience and performed something akin to a piece of theater. Co-creation happens when service providers and users work together to better understand needs and expectations in order to refine, revise, or create new services. In service design, we measure and observe current exchanges and work closely with current internal and external stakeholders to co-design services. In any service design project, the research team will work closely with a group of users on a variety of exercises and in discussion sessions to uncover motivations and expectations behind user actions. Evaluating and rethinking services is not just done for users, but with them. Services normally involve a request and an exchange, which can be verbal or physical, followed by the production of evidence. For example, a receipt or an email documenting that a transaction occurred provides evidence of the transaction. While the request and exchange are not invisible, most of the steps involved happen in the user's mind as they journey to complete a task. Analyzing the user journey to find the intangible steps and then making them visible provides a picture of how truly integrated the library is. We can make the invisible steps tangible by creating dynamic visualizations such as the customer journey map or blueprints or through staging scenarios. The visualizations help to bring light to any confusion or pinch points experienced in a typical user's journey. All libraries are unique ecologies, complete with their own set of users and user behaviors. Too often in librarianship, we base our decisions on our own biases and assumptions about users. We say things like, we know who they are. Adopting the mindset and using the tools of service design provides a powerful method for either confirming or disabusing notions you may have of your users. Another common decision-making error is relying on national trends or returning from a conference and basing decisions on what worked in a different library. Gathering evidence and insights to inform decision-making ensures that services fit with not only what users say they want, but with what they actually do. The focus of service design is on user needs, but also on user expectations. User expectations are based on previous experiences with similar services that they've encountered in their daily lives. Understanding how and what people think about your services and where they see similarities with other services can help you understand current needs and expectations. The library is a group of tightly coupled systems working together to perform services. In order to operate holistically, it is important to keep the bigger picture in mind when designing services by considering the larger context and ecology in which a service exists and operates. When we make decisions in isolation, we tend to impact other services or other interconnected systems without intending to. Seeing the bigger picture and understanding your library's unique ecology is important to thinking holistically. Empathy is a tool we use to put ourselves in the shoes of our users. Without a sense of empathy with the user's journey and behavior, we could never learn what we might be doing wrong or how to better meet their expectations and needs. Using empathy will help you remember the purpose of the service design project, get you to think outside the box, and to attend to all parts of the user's experience. Our goal in service design is not only to understand how users use services, but also to create new services or refine current ones. We can only do that by confirming with evidence and looking at all possibilities for solutions, no matter how crazy they may seem at first. The devil's advocate can be the death knell of innovation because it shuts people and ideas down. And this is not to say that we don't take an opposing view to critically assess the evidence, but there is a time and a place for such thinking. I say leave out the devil's advocate until after the evidence has been collected and the team has to move forward in thinking of logical, sustainable, and user-centered solutions. Focusing on problems too early in the process can hinder any possible innovation. Great solutions come from allowing all ideas their time in the sun. I say let the evidence and insights talk. Our users are constantly evolving, becoming a bit of a moving target, actually. Existing users may change because of new cultural norms, changing technology, or from moving into a new phase of life. We also gain new users from younger generations or from different cultures. Both existing and new users bring their own beliefs and expectations so that what we once knew may no longer be true, and things that used to work may not work anymore. This is why we do service design. This is why we constantly assess the various services. These changes are opportunities. Right? We should always see them as opportunities because not only might we change a service, but we also learn a little bit more about the people we serve and find new ways to deliver the value that only a library and a librarian can offer.